All right, our great viewers, karibuni sana. This is the Tubonge talk show right here at the PCAA Thome. It is good to see you as always. Tunashukuru kukuona hapa. Tunasemanga Tubonge talk show. Tunabonga na tunajenga life yako. My guest today, I know you've been looking forward to hear from this man, know more about him. Na leo tutakuwa na yeye manze, umjue na najua utakuwa inspired sana sana. And without further ado, make sure by the way you subscribe, comment, and make sure you like our videos. That's the best way you can be able to support us. And without further ado, let me introduce my guest today. Atasema jina yake, na aseme passion yake, and what he does day to day. Karibu.
All right, my name is Ndegerege, and I serve in PCA Thome as a youth pastor. I also serve in the online church as a coordinator of that ministry. And I'm very glad to be here again to continue to talk, to discuss things that are pertaining to our lives for growth and elevation.
Amazing. Now, maybe to start off, nataka kujua Pastor David ni nani, ametokea pande gani ya Kenya? What was it like growing up? Tunaonanga tu mtu strong hapa hivi. Maybe one day ulikuwa na uniform mahali, so maybe you can take us through a bit of that journey.
All right. David Ndegerege comes from Nyeri County. I was born in Kirinyaga County, and recently I got to understand that that means a lot. Because there was a time I needed a passport and I had to go and get my birth certificate.
All right.
I had to go back to Kirogoya so that I can get my birth certificate, because that's where I was born.
Yeah.
But I grew up in Nyeri, going to primary school. As usual, no shoes, a cold morning.
No shoes. Tweet that. Okay. No shoes with
These
Pastor
days, having
David.
no shoes shows your potential.
All right.
One day you'll be president.
Yeah.
So no shoes,
Yeah.
shorts, just growing up. And one of the things that stands out in my growing up is that I never wanted anything to do with ever becoming a pastor.
Okay.
Never. I was clear I wanted to be an engineer, and it was clear. So my life was taking a good direction from the early age. I knew what I wanted to do,
Yeah.
and I was working towards it. Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. So, what kind of student were you? Pale Devi akiwa kwa Daro. Sasa ndio tuko na only chance kuita Devi. Ukiwa pale Daro ulikuwaje? You know, what kind of student were you? Ulikuwa wale wa kujibu maswali ama kukaa kule backbench?
Now, amazingly, I was at both ends.
Yeah.
I love to answer questions, but again, I never sat in front because of my height.
Yeah.
So I would always sit behind, because if I sit before you, you can't see the backboard. Huwezi ona mbele. So ilibidi nikae nyuma.
Yeah.
My teachers were very supportive in that.
Yeah.
They knew. Watu wakaniambia ondoka nione.
Yeah.
Although from class 1, I was mostly number 1 or 2.
Wow.
Number 1 or 2 all through up to class 8.
Yes.
Of course, challenges here and there, but mainly in terms of academics, I was straight. In terms of playing, amazingly, I did a bit of football.
Wow. Okay.
Very, very little. I didn't do very well.
Yeah.
In terms of running, I did athletics very well.
All right.
And of course, that is, you're trying out anything and everything.
Yeah.
And then we did singing. Now, can you imagine? Can you imagine we went to provincial levels singing?
All right.
We were singing, folk dance and all this, jifunga kila kitu.
Yes.
And we were doing very well.
Yeah.
Nobody told me I can't sing until later on in life. But
all right.
I sang.
Amazing. High school, umeenda wapi? Primary school bedeli kunitwaje, alafu sasa how was high school like? Yeah. You can take us through that journey.
Primary school, I went, of course, to a primary school that is a polling station.
Okay.
So I went to a polling station, kind of a primary school.
Yeah.
Actually, that's where I vote even today.
Oh.
That's where I vote. So even the last time, I voted there, it has always been my voting station. I love going back there to see some improvements. I have seen improvements. There are still a few things to be done, but anyway.
Yeah.
I did very well in my primary school.
Yeah.
At some point, I got, called to a provincial school.
All right.
But we couldn't afford it.
Okay.
So became a very difficult journey for me between primary and high school.
Okay.
It's a major testimony I was able to go actually to high school.
Yeah.
By God's grace, I joined St. Mary's Boys High School in Nyeri.
Wow.
Quite a good school.
Yeah.
Even today, still a good school.
Yeah.
And so I went to, as a normal Form 1, regular Form 1, having never had any teacher speak in English.
Yeah.
And I had the first teacher teach 40 minutes in English.
Okay.
And I can tell you, most of the things they said, I didn't get. I was just smiling, happy to be here, but getting nothing. Actually, our first teacher was teaching physics, Dominic Jordan from New York City.
Okay.
Apart from his name, which he wrote on the board.
Yeah.
The thing was, he said in Peter.
Yeah.
That's how I began my school. Very little English to know, but God has been gracious over time. Yeah.
So self-discovery, high school is the self-discovery part. Where do you know now what are your best subjects? What are your gifts? What are your passion? How was that journey for you? There is all this identity crisis that happens where now you're trying to know, mimi ni mtu talkative, mimi ni mtu wa watu, mimi passion yangu ni, machines, engineering. How was that journey like trying to discover yourself? Who noted maybe if you had a talent, na ndio tukakuja kujua the Pastor David that we know today?
Now, again, growing up, I loved talking. Generally, I didn't love being with people. That's funny.
Yeah.
But I loved talking.
Okay.
So I had to be with people for me to talk. Then in high school, I joined the debates club.
Yeah.
I did a lot of debates.
Okay.
My English teacher was very supportive.
Yeah.
To help me learn the English itself.
Yeah.
I later got to know her better when she was a colleague to my wife.
Yeah.
So I got to know her better. But
wow.
I began in the debate club. Then I joined the karate club.
Yeah.
Now, the karate club is where I did exploits.
Okay.
I became the captain of
all
that
right.
place. I began going for competitions. I was winning.
Yeah.
I actually have a silver medal.
Okay.
I loved doing karate. I loved it. In terms of sciences, that's where I thrived.
All right.
Reminded of a teacher who was very angry with me.
Yeah.
Because physics, I was almost getting 90.
Wow.
Biology at the same place and all that. But then geography, 50.
Yeah.
History, 42.
Okay.
And this year was telling me, no, hii ni madharau.
Yeah.
Hauwezi kuwa unapita physics hivi na hesabu.
Yeah.
Na umekataa kusoma history, ni madharau, umenidharau.
Yeah.
So there are two teachers who had decided to make my life very difficult.
Yeah.
Because they felt niko najifanya.
Yeah.
Niko kama sielewi.
Yeah.
Because how can you understand all these difficult subjects?
Yeah.
And then you can't get these easier ones. But maybe my life that time was not taking shape. And I began understanding that I love more about machines, understanding how things work scientifically.
Okay.
And history, and I struggled. Yeah.
Okay. So as I can tell, a good student academically, a good student, in class, co-curricular here and there. We want to see this transition from high school now all the way now to university. Ulikuwa student gani university? Unajua siku hizi wanasema kuna wale akina Kivu na Brayo wanaogopa sana. Devi alikuwa mnoma pale uni, ama ulikuwa wale firefighting pale CU, Holy Ghost field. What kind of student now transitioning high school to university? Yeah.
Now the funny part is that when I was joining campus, I wanted to be that firebrand.
Yeah.
I wanted that. In fact, when we arrived in campus, we did a walk around saying, wherever your feet goes, God has given you for inheritance. So we did that.
Yes.
But it was not picking up. In terms of, there was a CU, and a structure.
Yeah.
People had better English.
Which university, by the way?
I was in Maseno University.
Maseno, yeah.
Maseno University in Kisumu.
Okay.
Again, taking computer engineering.
All right.
So I joined in. It was a small class. I had trouble fitting in because of my accent, because of my grammatical errors I would to make. Okay. So I was not fitting in the Christian Union. But something else happened that was doing well. Business.
Yeah.
Tuliingia biashara. Tukaingia tukaanza kupika mandazi na njugu. Tukaanza kuuzia watu breko, mikate tunaletewa. We opened a shop.
Wow.
With my brother called Joel.
Yeah.
Who now pursued master's later. Now he's he did his doctorate. He's a doctor. He's lecturing in Maseno.
Yeah.
That's a guy who used to sell njugu with.
Yeah.
So I see him, people quoting him, Dr. So and so, PhD.
Yeah.
I remember him, going to look for njugu.
Yeah.
So business was picking up for me in first year.
Yes.
Second year, it was also picking up. But somehow in second year, somebody noticed me.
Okay.
And I went for a mission
with
the CU.
Okay.
And somebody was supposed to preach in a crusade.
All right.
He did not come. And I said, I actually do preach.
Okay.
And they said, hey, you do preach. And because it's the first day, there are not many people. And you are a first year, or a second year.
Okay.
Pick up this.
Yeah.
I preached my heart out.
Yeah.
And they said, there's a guy we want to train. So
All right.
that's why I began my first sermon
Yeah.
in a crusade.
Okay.
And then in second year, towards the end, I was elected to be the vice chair of the Christian Union.
Wow. All right.
It was a big leap, a big transition. It was
Yeah.
difficult to actually fit in.
Yeah.
But that's why I began my journey of serving the Lord. Yeah.
Wow. So now, as second year students started serving the Lord, because all through along we're talking about an engineer. So now we have a new tangent. We have a new direction ambayo tumechukua from engineer now to minister, servant of God. What was the journey like growing in God and now up to where now we know Pastor David hapa Dome, tunakuja si wote kama ma youth. Imekuaje from now, this engineering student who now has become a servant? How was that journey?
Now, to make it not too long,
Yeah.
you say that in that year, I became the chair of the Christian Union.
Wow.
At that point, I began feeling now, this is an area I'm thriving in.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
I was still doing well in my studies. Actually, I was doing very well in my studies.
Okay.
And so there was that conflict always.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing well here and here.
Yeah.
Then I was elected to become a chair of the region.
Okay.
The Western region.
All right.
Of Christian unions in the universities and colleges.
Yeah.
Then I became the chair of the national.
Wow.
It's called NASEC, National Students Executive Committee.
Okay.
Chair of all the universities and colleges, Christian unions,
Okay.
nationally. And so at that point, ministry opened up. I was doing a lot.
Okay.
But I tell you, I was holding up to my engineering thing.
All right.
I mean, I continued. I did Cisco, CCNA.
Okay.
So a professional course. I'm trying to just do my career thing.
Yes, yes.
But once the end of the fourth year, Focus Kenya came to me and said, would you consider
Yeah.
working, with us for 1 year?
Yeah.
And I said, that's okay. Serving the Lord 1 year, then I go back to my engineering, that's okay.
Yeah.
I was sent to KU under the chaplaincy, but towards the end of that 1 year, I was clear.
All right.
I'm not going back to this engineering thing. It's clear.
Engineering ilishia hapo.
I mean, I was in a group,
All
we
right.
were doing good things,
Yeah.
websites and all that. And it was a good time. It was 2010, so computers were new, apps were new,
All right.
Android was new.
Yeah.
So it was looking very lucrative, but
Yeah.
I dropped everything.
Yeah.
Just like I think it's Elisha,
Yes.
who burnt all the plows.
Yeah.
Na akachinja hizo ndume.
Yes.
I did the same.
Yeah.
I dropped everything. I installed all my programs and
Yeah.
programming, and I said, I'm here, Jesus sent me.
Yes.
So I worked with Focus for 5 years.
Yes.
Universities and colleges preaching the gospel.
Yeah.
Towards the end of 2015, I decided, let me follow my passion of being a pastor.
Yeah.
I joined PCA as an evangelist,
All right.
also serving the youth.
Yeah.
And then at some point towards 2018, I felt I really want to serve the youth like Kabisa.
Yes,
Not
yes.
be an evangelist and youth. I
Yeah.
want to serve the youth.
Yeah.
And God gave me a chance
Yes.
to actually come here in Thome 2019 to serve God's people, young people.
Amazing journey, amazing journey. I'm just looking at your journey, from this student who was trying to figure out themselves. All of a sudden, you've noted your strength in sciences. Sasa uko pale uni, umefanya biashara, umeguza pesa kidogo, then now you've realized you can serve God. And now you're a minister. But I want us to look at it from this angle. From all these transitions in these schools, having traveled, locally and maybe abroad for the chances you've gotten, where do you think the country is and the youth are? As a nation, where are we? And as the youth, where are we? What could be your take? A youth mwenye anatuangalia hapo anashanga, nitapata opportunity wapi, life yangu inaendeleaje? What can you tell that youth? Where do you think we are as a nation? Where can the youth plug in? Where do you think we are?
I would say the youth, in terms of looking at the context, the youth are better placed now. Right now, I hear a lot of people saying there's advantages, there is
Yeah.
no jobs and all that, but we are better placed.
Yeah.
Some time back, you could have a gray area where youth are just gray.
Yeah.
These days, it's black and white. It's clear.
Yeah.
You are either serving the Lord, you are in church, you are straight, or you are the other direction. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no gray area. And so I would say, right now, there is a greater need for the youth to be involved in church.
Yeah.
Especially. There's a lot of opportunities for the youth. This online work that we are doing.
Yes.
I mean, you don't have to have a pulpit where you have 1,000 listening to your 500.
Yeah.
You can actually have your own church on Facebook.
Yeah.
You have your own media station on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, you can start off So there are a lot of opportunities for the youth
Yeah.
to serve the Lord. In terms of opportunities for work,
Yeah.
a lot of opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the thing is mtu kujituma.
Yes.
There is a lot one can do.
Yes.
And what I would advise the youth to do is usiangalie kazi alafu useme hii ni kazi gani.
Yeah.
I started serving the Lord with a salary of 8,500.
Wow.
8,500.
Yeah.
And I paid my tithe faithfully.
Yes.
And it was Nairobi.
Yeah.
It was not in the village. It was
Yeah.
Nairobi here. 8,500. And I still managed with that. I couldn't change a phone. I couldn't change much of my clothes. Mige kwamba nimejua poa sana kutafuta shati huko.
Yeah.
You know, nimejua kuchange shati collar.
Yeah.
Na bado niko pastor.
Bottom up. Bottom up.
Bottom up. Unakuja na change collar hivi.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah.
when we needed suits, we went to Isili.
Yes.
I mean, that was a thing to do.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
saving for a suit for 8 months.
Wow. Wow.
Miezi 8 nikitafuta suti ya kuhubiri. Na suti ikakuja tu moja.
Yeah.
Na hiyo suti nilihubiri nayo mpaka ikaisha.
Yeah.
It was a grey suit. Nilihubiri nayo hiyo kitu nitesa nayo around.
Yeah.
So as young people, kujituma, look for the opportunities, exploit.
Yes.
Be at it, be consistent at it.
Yeah.
Itajipea.
Yeah.
Itajipea.
Yeah.
Until when your passions and your hobbies begin to become your career.
Yeah. Manze youth mwenye uko hapo unasikia manze, we enda hapo nje jitume, find something to do. Whatever you're doing, God can come through for you and make sure that it works for you. Listen to that journey. Mzee ametoka chini, amehustle, amestruggle, na amemake it. Na hivyo ndio itakuwa hata for you. We are looking forward even to have your story come on. Hapa tunajua hata wewe Mungu atakubariki na atakuinua. This is the Tubonge Talk Show. Make sure to subscribe, share with a friend about it. Take the link, share with a friend, also comment, like, na najua tukonena mbele. Now, Pastor David, naona story yako manze, hapo una serve God, unapenda Mungu. Lakini kwa hii kazi zote, sijasikia umetaja kama ulipata mtu mahali. Manze, ukoona manze, kuna mtu hapa akona lumbu tuku, ameweza. Sijui kama kuna mahali uliangukia ama uliamua kama Paul, I shall serve the Lord only. And I don't have any other interests. Ulipata mtu mahali, you know, you can tell us about that. Yes.
Now, I know there's a long story. I'll try to make it short.
Yes.
And as we say, because it's a Tubonge show, I can
Yeah.
always come back. I'll come
Sure,
back actually
sure.
to say more. But let me say
Yeah.
this particular one.
Yeah.
I was in a conference in Kabarak University.
Yeah.
That was 2008.
Yeah.
I was in a Bible study. I was a leader.
Yeah.
And I saw someone. And although I used to pray generally to the Lord, you know,
Yeah.
ambia Mungu, ni bless tu ikifika
Yeah.
wakati ni bless.
Yeah.
This time I had a suggestion.
Okay.
Nikamwambia Mungu, okay, nimekuwa nikiomba general lakini kuna mtu niniona.
Mali.
Ukiconsider watu, mconsider pia.
Aha.
And a few months later, we began dating.
Yes.
That was like May 2009.
All right.
And the journey was long, but
Yeah.
we continued. And in 2012 is
Yeah.
when I got married.
Wow.
It was a good journey.
All right.
And because I got to know a very good person, a
Yeah.
very interesting person,
Yeah.
somebody who loves the Lord.
Amazing.
I mean, it's so nice.
Okay.
And so even for sure, she'll be watching this. I mean, she has improved my life in a big way.
Amazing.
From those days of eating strong tea and chapati, 58 kgs
Yes.
to the 88 I have now.
Yes.
So, you know, those are literally 40 kgs additional.
Kuna mchezo.
Zimekuwa zikikuja.
Yeah.
And then from those days,
Yeah.
struggling alone, not
Yes.
having a shoulder to lean on, she has been of help to us.
All right.
And God has given us 3 biological children.
All right.
And last year, God amazingly gave us another boy. We adopted.
Okay.
So we have 4 boys in
Yes.
the house. She's the only lady. I always say it's a boys' hostel, and
Yes.
the matron is my wife.
All right.
So I enjoy the place. So
Yeah.
God has been faithful.
Yeah.
So this will be our 10th year anniversary.
Amazing. Amazing.
17th of November. So we are looking forward again to that date. It has been a wonderful journey
All
with
right.
the Lord. Yeah.
A big congratulations. 10 years is no mean feat. Mimi niko miaka 2 na already. Naona kama nimeishi sana bana. So thank you and may God continue to bless you. Maybe we have come actually to the end. Tunashukuru sana kwa sababu ya kuendelea kutuona. But I'm going to give Pastor David, hii lazima kirudio. So we're going to have another time, but I'm going to give him a chance to give us his last remarks. Just that one word he might want to tell mtu mwenye amehang on kutuona mpaka hapa mwisho. What would you want to say? What do you want to tell them?
I want to quote somebody called Apollo, Pastor Apollo, who said that mercy rewrote my life. Mercy rewrote my life. My story would have taken a different tangent at some point, many corners, and we'll talk about that. The challenges I've gone through, like corners I've seen. There's one.
All right.
My life had, a million, times would have changed.
Yeah.
But mercy continued to rewrite my life.
All right.
To change my story, to turn me in the right direction.
Yeah.
And so my prayer for us is that relying on God's grace, relying on who He is, let's know that our story is God's business.
Wow.
Our story is God's business. God wants to make sure our story is indeed His story. History be written that our story becomes His story, and it's history now of the God who was with us.
Oh my goodness, do I have someone who can retweet and tweet again that mercy rewrote my story? Our time is up. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to have Pastor David right here talk about different topics. On this seat, we shall have different people. So why don't you comment the people you might want to see right here to Tubonge Talk Show. Is going to be one and to be the top talk show in Kenya. My youth wote tunasema manze come hapa Tubonge na tujenge live. Thank you until next time. God bless you. Shalom, shalom.